Tää bossi. Katsotaan päästäänkö me nyt läpi tätä. Vampyreoilia ja Black Bloodia. Tää on kyllä vain vitun vaikee bossi. Pelin vaikee. Nyt äkkiä karkuun. Vittu kun tää jättää. Ei sitä alta kerkeä pois. Ei sitä kerkeä pois alta. Tuo on semmonen one hit killi liike tuo. Kun mä unohdin ottaa ne mömmöt saada.
I want you just the nuts. Fight me, both of you. Didn't plan anything. Silence.
Tää ottaa ne mömmöt saatana, kun unohtu ne ottaa. Pitää tallentaa, kun ei tarvi niitä joka kerta erikseen ruveta ottelemaan. Eli. Tuota ja... tuota.
Just the nuts. Fight me, both of you. Didn't plan anything. If you acknowledge any gods, start praying now.
Reagoittaa. Voi vittu kun se jäi siihen kiinni. En mä pääse, kun mä jäin tuohon saatanan mössöön kiinni, niin vittu. Tää on pahaa, tää on vaikein mitä tässä on. Kun Ennike, kun ei auta tuohon. No onneksi nää nyt on valmiina nää mössöön.
I want just the knife. Let me, both of you. Didn't plan any of it. Silence. How long are you gonna make me wait? Any gods, start praying now.
Mene alta pois, saatana! En mä pääse tosta vittu mitenkään. Tuo pitää katsoa. Vittu, tossa on pakko olla joku muukin juju kuin tuommoinen. Eihän tota pääse mitenkään läpi. Koska sitä ei voi väistää. Tai sitten mä väistän ihan väärää aikaa, mutta vittu mua vituttaa. No lepaakot on vaikea isku mitä. Eihän nuo muut on mitään, mutta tuo saatana. Tätä ei välttämättä tarvii tappaa, saatana. Tää on tämmöstä tää perkele. Kyllä mä tää joskus on läpi päässyt, mutta siitä on jo aikaa. No.
Just the knife.
Se vaan pitää oppia väistelemään sitä saatana lepakkohyökkäystä.
Any gods, start praying now.
Jää kiinni siihen saatana. rasittava tämä. Nyt siitä lähti siivet. Sitten ei tarvitse Onkohan siinä checkpointtia? Pitääpä katsoa miten tuo nyt taistellaan, kun mä en muista ennen. Tuo vaan tuo ajoitus kun se saa oikeassa, niin helppohan tuo oli väistellä. Riittää 3 tuommoista hyökkäystä sitten. Okei, tää meni just silleen kun mä muistelin. Mikähän tuo Whirlwind on? Perkele! Saatiinhan me se.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
Tappas saatana ton nyt. Päästä siitäkin lopullisesti eroon.
My, what a smashing
Nyt taisi olla läpi tämäkin lisää.
Wear it well. Shut up. I look like a twit.
The kaftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickliness. So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him. For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of Her Grace's Majesty.
As well he should. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience?
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Sienna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Sienna's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters. What's the connection?
When the boot black arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
Ei saa liata vaatteita nyt, kun on hienot vaatteet.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean souls. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that boot shine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
Ai, hienoista vaatteista semmoisten kerjäläisten
A butcher for mincemeat.
sekaa. Oi vitsi.
What a day.
You've to move your little cat.
Tääkin vois tallentaa välillä, ettei tarvitse ainakaan taistelu uudestaan.
This is a decent district. We need no filth
Lassomoira.
Gentlemen,
Onko se
there's no
mua?
need to raise your voices. Let's keep our calm.
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves?
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We
Voi
should
ei.
step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Grey hair. Puppy over.
Come now!
Vaatteet on ihan
All right.
paskaset nyt.
I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the bootblack in Rue de Garl.
The boot black. A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal elsewhere. So, almost all in the area eat here.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the bootblack. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the bootblack. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you. Plain and simple.
Joo, Anna Henrietta se
I
viimeinen.
was to deliver it
Kyllä mä
personally.
muistan.
Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyways. It's always muddy there.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter ceased to be a tantalizing brain tease and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Siana planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions, ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually, love to learn her motives.
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil in the face.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Siana locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Detloff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Detloff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
You will not find work here. Not paying work, that is.
Saatais nyt se hyvä loppu tähän.
Look what done their touch.
Guess that's champion.
Tää nyt käydään sillä Sianan tykönä.
If you think killing the beast gets you in for free, you're very, very wrong.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Ooh.
Wolf, was it you who did the beast?
Keep calm! Start no pros!
Long live Duchess Anna Henrietta!
Talk to the commander.
Onpas pitkä matka nyt tonne.
Keep calm! Start no pros!
Never thought I'd live to see times like these.
Ai niin, päheet lasittiin laittu pie.
Halt!
Need to see Siana, urgently.
In the matter of?
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duchess's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
The witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Deadloff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Siana, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Sienna, you were exiled when she was how old? 12? 13? She was a child. What was she supposed to do? Rebel? Organize a coup? Steal your father's seal and forge a pardon? She was powerless. Wiped you from her memory not because she didn't care, but because your departure was traumatic for her. She forgot because that was the only way she could handle the pain.
Ugh. You meant what you said in the Land of 1,000 Fables. You really want a happy ending to this story, don't you? Ah, with all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
Oi vittu, kun sait se hyvä lopu tähän tosiaan.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Need to tend to one thing first. I'll look in on him afterwards.
So be it.
Mä kyllä pelaan uudestaan, jos tulee huono loppu, niin mä pelaan niin pitkään, että mä saan hyvän lopun. Mä en kestä huonoja loppuja. Sinähän se poppu on jo kokoontunut. Vähän lähemmäksi tallentaa. Eikö tuollahan tuo poppo on?
Stocks and the whip await those running riot. Don't you values peace and...
Ei ollutkaan poppuota.
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
Siinähän se poppo on nyt.
In the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects,
Tässä on vähän
we
vitusti
come
valintoja
now
nyt
to our
lopussa.
next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small
Vain
surprise for
180
you. In
experienceä.
addition,
Oho!
I give you more than a dozen barrels
5
of
tonnia.
Sangreal, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Mitähän tässä nyt pitäisi tehdä?
Feels like a second distinction. I'm honored. Thank you.
I trust you shall make good use of it.
Olisiko se pitänyt
In a
kertoa,
moment I
kun en
shall
muista
speak
yhtään.
to Siana. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly. But she is my sister. Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. but I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Sienna? You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... Your dagger hurt most. You were my Honorietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Honorietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark. And which you set afire at the last, to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace. Supposed acts of cruelty. Inappropriate friendships. They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you. Sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
Tulikohan tästä nyt se onnellinen loppu? Tais tulla.
All in all, best
Ei se
part of the
ainakaan
whole
kuollut
ceremony,
kumpikaan.
it was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolis variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Naamavaippa, vai miksi niitä sanotaan?
This moonlight makes me
Vanha ajan maski.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I
Tuo
was
kyllä
thinking
ärsyttää tuo rikkonainen miekka tossa.
Oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all. Regis!
Vieläkö tässä piti piilosille alkaa?
Damn it, where'd you go? Regis!
Kato, kun se hyökkäs sen... Tappoi sen Detlafin, niin se nuo suuttu sille. Mikä näistä nyt oli sitä... Tuossahan tuo.
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink. Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Lahjoja.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about
se on se
what you do
muuntaja.
with your prize?
Olikohan se se?
Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not today or tomorrow. But one day I'll want to see what it's like. To just wake up every day in my own bed.
Oh, stop, please. Sounds so sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your memoirs like Dandelion? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
Vitsi, että oli hyvä tää lisäri. Varsinkin tää loppu ihan paras. Tää käy kahvia lisää tässä väliin kun nämä pyörii. Ei kannata jaksa katella.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Pitäisikö mennä ihan manuaalisesti tää?
Move it!
Corvo Bianco.
Sir, have you ever met a vampire?
It's thin scrapings around here. At least the weather's pleasant.
Look at that, just look.
Quick victuals, rations, suited to a voyage at sea.
You've come to
How much for your wound?
a lot, and triple for you.
Run, Roach.
Who would have thought? That's trading.
Wine, like all things noble, requires patience.
Home sweet home.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Triss?
In the flesh.
Ah, Triss.
I thought you were in Kavir.
I got tired of waiting for you, so I decided to head to Toussaint. catch some sun, see how things are going. You said it would only take a moment.
Things are pretty much wrapped up, luckily. We'll be able to head north soon.
I hope you're not upset I came like this, without warning.
True, I haven't always been fond of surprises. They remind me of work. The law of surprise, surprise child. But I think I've changed my mind. Seems surprises can actually be pleasant. Very pleasant. Let's go outside. There's this one cozy spot you're gonna love.
Nyt on emäntäkin talossa.
How are things in Kovir?
Amazingly boring and predictable. Council meetings mainly concern trade matters, tariffs, storage regulations, that sort of thing.
Missing the excitement?
You know the Athiri saying, may you live in interesting times? Well, I've already done that, and now I'm looking for a bit of quiet. The other mages I brought with me from Novigrad, or who made it north on their own, feel the same. You wouldn't recognize them. No conspiracies, cabals, plotting. They just sit there and work, for the good of the kingdom. Sometimes I think it's all too lovely to be true. That something's bound to happen. Another war, or some other horror. But for now, it's nice. And once you finish your business here and come join me, it'll be even better.
So, how do you like my vineyard?
I think you know the answer to that. I like it a lot. House is big, but not showy. Lovely location. Perfect for romantic getaways.
Just finished some remodeling. Paid through the nose for it, but I think it was worth it. There are already some new saplings and flowers around the grounds, but I think it's still missing something. Maybe a hedge maze? With a statue in the center? One that's stately and nude.
Oh, Geralt, don't bring up that ball. The wine got to my head and I...
Not bringing it up to tease, but to reminisce. That evening, it was magic. And your dress. You looked lovely in it.
I've got it with me. I could put it on one evening. We'll dine outside by candlelight, listen to the music of the cicadas.
Can't wait. How'd you find me? Kavir's a long way off.
I have my ways, Geralt. Hydromancy, for example.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, what becomes of us? See anything else in the reflection?
Zoltan moves
Oi
in.
ei.
Please tell me you're joking.
You can breathe easy. Far as I know, he settled down in Novigrad and has no intention of budging. In all seriousness, though, I did see a few scraps of our future, but I'd rather not tell you exactly what.
Why not?
Because you said you've grown to like pleasant surprises.
This is your first time in Tucson, right? Want me to show you around a bit?
Sorry, but I've already made plans.
Oh? What are you going to do?
Lie down in the sun and not move an inch.
Ah, right.
Hyvä
A
suunnitelma,
packed
hyvä
schedule.
suunnitelma.
Not overdoing it a tad.
Oh, gotta get the most of this weather before I return north. Know that joke about how to tell when summer has come to Kovir?
The rain isn't quite so cold.
And sadly, that's not far from the truth. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. Now you'll change your mind and not come join me.
I wouldn't worry about that. Mind if I leave you here alone for a moment?
Just a moment.
Harmi, kun tässä ei ole enempää mitään interaktioita. Tää nyt käy kattoo se eikö Regisin lahja, se oli siellä yöpöydällä jossain. Mutageneraattori. Täällä olisi ollut tämmöisiä bonuksiakin, enpäs älynyt. Eipä niille nyt tarvetta ollut. Tää on kätevä tämmönen. On vaan hirveästi lukemista. Taulujakin pitäisi käydä ostelemassa lisää.
How might I be of service, sir?
Thanks. Gotta get back.
Tuolla kai ei oo enää mitään. Tää on vähän niinku taputeltu tää lisäri nyt. Et se oikein mitään tekemistä enää. Questeja ehkä löytyy vielä. Niitä kontrakteja olisi kyllä. Nää olisi kyllä mielenkiintoista tehdä joku päivä. Näitäkään ei ollut kuin 2 näitä. Koko saatana lisärissä. Mutta tämä olisi vielä tehtävä, tämä Oxenfurtti. Eikö tämä niin? Hearts of Stone. Pitäisikö se nyt tehdä heti samaa syssyä vaan?
Me? I didn't see a single vampire.
Ja ei niin, siellä on se saatana bossi tulo heti ekana. Kokeillaan nyt päästäänkö me vielä läpi sitä. Sininen taitaa olla kaikkein kallein veri. No. Tääkin on kyllä kiva veri. Se ei muutu, mitä vittua. Niin se mutageneraattori pitää ottaa vielä. Nolla chargea.
Redania.
Why there?
Niinpä tietenkin, niinpä tietenkin. Nyt kaikki joutuu uudestaan tekemään taas tossa. Oi vittu.
Long live it.
Why there? What for? Life kick you in the ass? Had enough?
Terrible beast prowls the sewers down that way.
Devoured dozens of maidens, folks, and many a ball fighter's gone in and never come out.
Boot prints. Large. A man's most likely. Thought only women came looking for the cursed prince.
No.
Slash wounds made by a blade. No monster did this.
Oh, no, you don't. Hear me. Don't you dare. Please, don't do this to me.
Shani,
Geralt?
what are you doing here?
Trying to save his life. Help me.
Shani, calm down. He's dead.
I'm sure something can be done.
Let it go.
Damn it! All for nothing.
You did all you could.
Thanks, Geralt. It's, good to see you.
You too. Lost track of you after I left Vizima. Where'd you go? What have you been doing?
Long story short, I've been treating the sick and wounded, as always. Mainly at my clinic in Oxenfurt. But in Redania, I'm called on to help the army at times as well.
I'll want to hear the long story long, too.
Sure. But, once we're out of these sewers.
Redanian army force you to come here too? Or you just down here for a pleasant stroll?
Got our orders this morning. I came down here with a whole unit, but something attacked us.
The soldier. He's someone important to you?
His name was Knowles. Supposed to go on leave next week. Now he won't. Nor will the rest of his unit.
How many were they?
A whole squad. 6 brave boys. All dead.
Why'd they send you down here? Only if it's not confidential, of course.
I need a venom sample. From the beast that prowls these sewers. It doesn't just kill those who come down here, you know. The water in so many wells is contaminated. Folk are getting ill. Redanian soldiers among them.
Plan to kill the beast. Bring you a sample of its venom after I do.
Tää pitäisi kyllä olla helppona isolla levelillä.
Nice of you to offer. But I'd rather go with you. Collect the sample myself.
Creature's dangerous. You saw what it can do.
I'm a big girl, Geralt. I can take care of myself. And you know I'll get my way, so don't try and talk me out of anything.
Fine. Your choice. So show me where the monster attacked you.
This way.
Grating's badly bent. Something large struck it, with a lot of momentum.
Vittu kun sais tuon viimeisenkin auki, niin... Mitä mä tein? Mitä mä tein? En mitään näköjään. Aika vielä punaisenkin. Saan. Ei jos paljosta kiinni enää. Punainen ja sininen vielä. White kullia pitäisi saada lisää.
I shot it as I fled. The monster must have slammed into it.
Glad it held up. Though now we need to find a way around it.
Is it worth searching outside?
Actually, just hoping the monster's blow weakened one of the walls.
Oh.
Careful, monster might still be here. Slash wounds made by a blade. No monster did this. Soldiers from your escort?
Yes. That's them. Vern,
Miklas. Poor boys.
Beast doesn't play around, apparently.
They saved my life.
Know them well?
Him, I met this morning. But Vern and I served together at the Battle of Dorian. Miklas only enlisted this Yule.
Sorry.
Once you kill this beast, we'll have to send someone down here to collect their bodies. Give them a proper burial.
What exactly happened?
We came in here and Miklas started looking for tracks. Then drowners attacked. The men made quick work of them. But Franz was injured. His leg. He and I stayed behind. I tried to bandage him up while Nals stood watch. Then that beast appeared. Nals pushed me towards the exit and ran at the monster. I turned around and saw him lying there, covered in a sticky substance. I ran back to get him, then dragged him to where you found us.
Where was the monster?
Well, Miklas and Vern had driven it away from us. And paid dearly for it.
Managed to get a look at what attacked you?
Everything happened so fast. I didn't get a good look, no. Only saw it from behind. I know it was large and slimy.
Gotta look around. Man you patched up, is he here?
Franz? I don't see him. Think the monster might have dragged him off?
Could have. Beast probably crawled in or out through here. It's deep.
Lower level of the sewers has been closed off for years. But Vern, the commander, had a skeleton key.
See if I can't find it. Got the key.
Good. Let's get going.
Eikö tää oli tämä? Joo.
Legend going around about this monster being a prince turned into a toad. A curse or something.
I've heard. A lot of women have fallen for it. I find out who started that rumor, I'll strangle them.
So, don't believe it?
I studied medicine, not literature. I stopped believing in fairy tales long ago.
Another unfortunate romantic. Came to lift a prince's curse, found a hideous death instead. soaked in slime. Beast must have left it for later. Body's basically intact. Just a... covered in slime. Hope the wretch didn't suffer. Shawty, watch out. Move! Lost your nerve. Shawty, watch out. Move!
Hideous creatures.
You all right?
Fine. Look, it's Franz.
What's left of him, you mean?
What kind of beast would do that?
A lot of flowers.
Does that mean anything?
Well, means our monster doesn't attack them. Seems they get along with whatever's prowling the sewers. Some kind of symbiosis. Interesting.
What?
Franz had a leg wound, right?
Mm-hmm. Just above the knee.
Managed to apply anything to it?
Yes. Some spirit, but that was it. Why do you ask?
Look, half of Franz's leg is gone. Monster must have chewed it off. Other bodies were untouched, except for the wounds they sustained in battle.
Are you suggesting the beast likes alcohol?
Mm-hmm. Mixed with blood. Doubt we'll learn anything else here. We need to find the lair.
Right behind you.
Onpas paljon näitä raaka-aineita.
Woman's corpse, soaked in slime. Beast must have left it for later. Another unfortunate romantic. Came to lift a prince's curse. Found a hideous death instead. Odd smell. Blend of alcohol, blood, and monster stench. Must have come through here. Shawty, watch out. Move!
We'll never know. Let's find another way.
Kuvaa kulmat taas hyvin. Ei tuu mutageeneja noista.
Yes?
Shani, can you get your sample here?
Sure, along with a bunch of dirt, rubble, and drowner droppings. I need a clean sample. From the lab, that'd be best.
Redanian soldier. Came down to hunt the beast alone, maybe. A woman fool. Must have come here hoping to find her prince.
Nyt vittu se miekka, saatana.
Loads of slime here. Enough for your sample?
It'd be more than enough if it wasn't contaminated.
Tuolla satuloilla kattee yhtään mitään kyllä, mutta otetaan nyt.
Dead drowners everywhere.
Strange. Seemed the monster.
Decaying corpses, slime everywhere, and that stench. This has to be the lair. Fresh and moist. Beast was just here.
I'll collect my sample.
All the tunnels and corridors converge here.
What now?
Need to lure the beast.
How? We don't even know what kind of monster it is.
But we do know it likes a blend of blood and liquor. Just so happens I've got some alcohol on me.
Well, I hope you don't plan to cut yourself or...
Relax. Plenty of bodies. I'll use one of them. Sample you collected enough?
Hope so. But I'd still like to get some pure venom. Once you've killed the monster.
To distill an antidote? No use for it once the beast
Oh,
is
vaikea
dead.
taistelu
Not true.
kanssa.
I have a few poison patients on hand. Besides, I can study the venom, test it, maybe discover some interesting properties.
Stompperi,
Get to
mikä se?
work.
I doubt I'd be much help in the fight, but you might need me afterwards. I'll look for a hiding place.
You'd be better off waiting for me up top, or back home.
But...
No buts. Wait in the passage for now if you have to, though I'd rather you didn't. But when the monster shows, you run for the surface.
Fine.
Shawnee, look at me. Promise you'll stay out of it.
I promise.
Good. Now go hide.
Be careful, Geralt.
Älä nyt vielä mene sinne. Oi vittu. Antais nyt valmistautua. Oliko tää nyt Cursed One? Onko tää poisoni? 60 sekuntia, voi vittu. Väärä. Tää on vaikee. Tää on vaikee. Tää on vaikee. Voi vittu miten vaikee tääkin on. Voi vittu. Tässä vaan käyttää näitä vitu öljyjä saatana, kun niitä pitäisi aina vaan uudestaan laitella. Voi vittu. Alta pois. Ei vittu, tää on vaikee. Vois älynyt alussa ottaa se saatana öljy jo. Suoraan. Eihän sitä tajua. Tää on vielä paljon. Tätä ei voi savettaa. Sittenhän sitä ottas. Oi vittu! Alta pois, saatana. Se oli joku semmonen, millä pystyi nuo vitun poisonit. No. Voi vittu. Voi vittu! Tää on liian nopeeta. Ei me tätä päästä taas läpi vittu millään sitten. Se on ihan liian nopea tuo. Vittu, kun tää on niin vitun viiveellä tuo, että pääsee tänne valikoihinkin. Rasittavaa. Mikähän näistä nyt oli se poison ja saat niinku... Immunitu poisons. No. Alta pois. Vittu kun ei näe mitään. No vittu jää kiinni siihen saatana. Vittu älä jää kiinni siihen vitu apina. Get. Siihen kuoli tuokin. Ei kuollutkaan.
Halavath, Galavekar. Pladarash I'll woot.
What's going on?
Ah, he's finally come to. And he can speak human, turns out. Started thinking I'm not conversing common the whole way. Except maybe with me reflection in the pistol kit.
Where am I?
On the Albatross. Or the Fakbarthoil, as the strange tongue has it. En route to Afir.
Don't remember signing on as a sailor.
Oh, you didn't, mate. They dragged you aboard. Seems you killed their prince.
Toad in the sewers. Damn it. Should consider myself lucky, I guess. Could have killed me on the spot.
Depends how you look at it. I happen to know a bit of a theory. Heard them saying they come here on a mission, dispatched by their king to find their prince, lift his curse. Wagered their honor, and that of their families 5 generations back, that they'd bring him home, safe and sound.
And I killed him. Great. So, must think they can save their honor by bringing the prince's murderer back to face the king's justice. Listen, there was a young woman, a medic, red hair. They capture her too?
Don't recall seeing anyone of the sort. You were alone.
Good. Means she managed to flee. Hopefully made it home. We been at sea long?
Dunno rightly. Not that long. Though, on the other hand... But what's it matter, any road?
Matters a lot. If they're hauling me off to hang me, I'm not in a hurry to arrive.
Me? I'm glad to be sailing to Afir. I hear they got wild horses there. White, with black stripes. Always wanted to see one of them.
Sure they're not black horses with white stripes?
Nay, black horses with white stripes they got in Zanguebar. That I'm sure of.
And who might you be?
Felipe Caligrand at your service. Petty thing, professional fence. And your guide about Oxenfurt. One of a bit of time.
And why are you here? You kill a prince too?
Well, to their thinking, I had a hand in this one's death. See, I was their guide. Led them down into the sewers. But not until after you'd called their prince's gut open.
Sorry about that.
Not your fault, mate. When all said and done, could have sounded me arse in the alchemy playing Gwent. Didn't have to brag about knowing Oxenfurt better than my own breeches.
Tried to break out yet?
Used every ounce of charm I got. Nothing doing. Might be my affair is rusty.
My affair is non-existent.
Well, we'll be at sea at least a month. Could teach you something that time.
Elkal! Orial!
What's that mean?
Told us to shut up.
There's been a misunderstanding. Can I talk to your captain?
Alakal Sorkan! Galavatkar u Albata Agel!
Quiet, dog. You killed our prince, and you'll pay for that.
Gileam Valar! Carveretheler!
He'd be dead already.
Revhag ne Aram e
Vengeance is not ours to win,
Dorgate ya Alami!
We swore an oath.
How do I say? Take me to your captain.
Vailth Alakhe ul Igulath.
What?
Elkal!
Vilth.
Vilth. Alakhe il Khalif.
Elkal! Inkal avr ikel ugehereven ulvita! Inch avr Goliath!
Mitä se sanoo?
What just happened? What did he say?
Said to sit quiet, and that you'll hang in 2 weeks. Then he added something like, "We'll see who's in the mood for jokes then."
Why? What did I say?
That you wanted his auntie's hat. That was the gist of me road.
Great.
Give it a rest. No point talking to that lot. All you get is angry gurgles. they puff up, you notice?
Ai vittu kun pääsis tallentamaan, voi vittu.
There anyone here who speaks common?
There's this mercenary with him. Looks Edenian.
Tässä saunaan
He's the one
lähtee
recruited me to show him through the sewers. Oh, and the mage what leads them knows a bit. Heard him talking, but I doubt either will talk to you.
Nää on vaan niin pitkiä nää vitun kuskenet tässä.
Go on flapping my tongue. Got a long voyage ahead.
Sleep's not what I need. Someone I can actually communicate with. That's what I want.
Quarter Odim.
Greetings, Geralt. Remember me?
Eikö mikä tää oli? Counter Odim.
We met in White Orchard. You're
Gaunter Odin, known also as Master Mirror. I helped you find your Yennefer. We meet again, and it seems you need my help again. Heard a noose awaits you. That is, if this slot doesn't kill you first.
haven't tried it yet.
Doesn't look promising. Not unlike your situation. I could try to extract you from here, you know. Because you do wish to disembark, do you not?
Yeah, sure. But what on earth could you?
Oh, more than you'd ever expect. I shall help you, Geralt. But before I do, I must know you'll return the favor.
Right. Can't possibly get something for nothing.
Oi vittu kun tää kestää.
When all's said and done, I am a merchant. So, do you want my help?
Yes.
It's a deal. Once it's all over, we shall meet at midnight at the crossroads, neath the willows near the village of Yatra. Ah, and I must give you something to remember me by.
What's that?
A mark to show we're associates.
Lisää arpia vaan.
Who you gabbing with?
With no one.
Never liked boats. Not one bit. They heave like devils. Make me stomach churn. It'd be prime to sleep through the whole thing.
Didn't bargain for no storm. I fear that means a tidy
Ai vittu kun antais tallentaa nyt, saatana.
The king's reward.
Kello tulee jo 10 ennen kuin mä pääsen saunaan, saatana.
What about the prisoner? Before the king we must bring him. On doing so my honor relies. Can't we just bring your king the bastard's head? Like we're doing with the other?
The other drowned. We can do nothing. We deliver live this one. Apart from all else, the hell the king is sure to condemn him.
Vittu me joutuu taistelemaankin tässä vielä.
What kind of hell? Scarring, flaying, watering. This is the punishment for regicide and pain.
Voi vittu kun kestää. Saisinko mä nyt tallennuksen tähän vittu mua vituttaa nyt saatana. Tallennus, ei tietenkään. No niin, nyt loppuu tää. Nyt mä lähden saunaa. Tai ei mulla vielä saunaa, mutta lämmittää se pitää kumminkin ekana. Mutta jatketaan sitten